Hello everyone, my name is Abir Awad and today I would like to talk about the indigenous people around the world, specifically the indigenous people of Amazon, the Guarani people. Okay, here we go. My presentation, indigenous people of the Amazon, the Guarani people. First of all, I would like to talk about their background information. So the Guarani are a group of culture-related indigenous people live in several different states, including Paraguay, Argentina, Brazil, Bolivia, and Uruguay, as you can see here in the yellow area, and their population is about 250,000 people living mainly South America and speaking Guarani language. Modern Paraguay still claim a strong Guarani heritage, and more Paraguayanese speak and understand Guarani more than Spanish language. Most of the people who live along the Paraguay River speak Guarani, which with Spanish is an official language of Paraguay. Then I would like to talk about the historical overview of the Guarani people. So the Guarani were one of the first people contact after European arrived in South America around 500 years ago. The Guarani people initially populated eastern Paraguay and part of Brazil and Argentina. Women of the culture primarily collective field where they grow maize, cassava, and sweet potatoes. However, men, they spend much of their time hunting and fishing. These gender roles were also traditional in other native tribes in South America. The Guarani use slash and burn agriculture technique, so they had to move their houses every 5 to 6 years. That's why next I would like to talk about their houses, villages, and everything about them. So the Guarani people villages and houses, their villages were composed of four to six houses, each of which held up to 60 people. The families have lived together, were connected through the paternal bloodline. Guarani live in small groups of large community houses built around a square plaza. Today, in many areas, these houses have been replaced by small single-family units. Here, as we can see, the houses are mainly made of wood, and their villages, it's not that big villages. After that, I would like to talk about what happened after the arrival of the Spanish people. By modern terms, the Guarani were very violent people. They took captive as both human sacrifice and however, these violent practices were not enough to scare off the Spanish people who arrived in the 16th century. So the first Spaniards to make contact with the Guarani were in search of gold and silver in the area. The Guarani had three major reactions to the Spanish people. Some chose to help them, some chose to fight them. However, they chose to join the justice people. Those who helped the Spanish build ranches around the river, where Spanish men procreated with the Guarani women. Their descendants, who were ethnically Spanish and Guarani, become the modern population of rural Paraguay. So, people of today, the Paraguay people. After that, I would like to talk about the Guarani religion. So the Guarani are very spiritual people. Each community has its own prayer houses and religious leaders who derives his power based on status, so and not formalized election. In fact, the Guarani language has three main forms: one for daily use, the other one for elders, and the third one for religious languages. Not all Guarani have the same beliefs. In general, they believe that every person has an earthly soul and divine one. So dreams come from the divine soul and are the source of inspiration from the shamans, religious leaders. The shamans are communicators between the divine and earthly worlds. They also have the task of identifying evil doors and protecting the group, as well as curing illnesses. The Guarani believe that all living things, including plants, animals, waters, have protective spiritual. They also believe in evil. So after that, I would like to talk about some of their traditions. So some marriages customs have been changed. Young people are insisting on having more of a say in the choice of marriage partners. In early time, people were betrothed, become engaged as children. Chef also had several wives in early times. This is no longer the case. Originally, so this is all about their marriage. After that, we'd like to talk about their customs. So originally, the Guarani people wore no clothing at all. They used strands of women hair around their legs in bands as protective ornaments. They sometimes pierced their lower lips. In distance area, the women still wear black body paint, and the men wear black and red body paint. Some Guarani still wear earrings of shell or gold. After that, I would like to show you some picture of their art. Some pictures of their art because it's so beautiful and unique. This is a handmade, and this is a handmade Guarani. And because I did so many research about the Guarani people, so I heard some of their songs and it was so beautiful and unique, and that's why at the end of this presentation I would like you to listen to some of their songs. I will include it in this presentation. Hopefully you're gonna like it. So some Guarani songs and poems have made their way into the popular culture of the Paraguayanese. Some groups such as the Mapais have perceived many of their legends and story. Traditional instruments including drums, rattles, and flutes, sometimes important moral and social lessons are given in the form of short plays, stages in front of village children. Here's their sources. And after that, I would like you to listen of their songs because it is so beautiful. songs are so beautiful. That's why I choose it. And I decided to listen to it every single day because it's so peaceful. Thank you for listening to my presentation and have a good day.